Anointed warriors, what up, spiritual family, and welcome back to Mount Fitness MBS Ministry, where I am your host, Brother Minister Mongoose, and where it's all about taking a holistic mind, body, and spirit approach to life, to health and wellness, and to running the race that He has set before us. This holistic mind, body, and spirit approach that's utilized and implemented by this ministry provides you with real-world services that are designed to help strengthen and nourish you in all aspects of you, the mental you, the physical you, and the spiritual you. These services consist of experiential-based philosophical consultative services for the mind, ISSA certified fitness training for the body, and clean-hearted spiritual teachings and practices for the spirit and for the soul. There are some additional services in which this holistic approach is also implemented, and these services consist of good old-fashioned motivational speaking as well as youth and young adult mentoring and counseling. For some more information about what makes this a different kind of ministry, and for some information about what makes me a different kind of minister, which I am, please stay tuned to the end of the video. But for now, let me again officially welcome all of you guys while I simultaneously send out a special shout of love, thanks, and appreciation to all the longtime viewers and supporters of the ministry. Having said that, guys, listen, whether you're a long-term viewer and supporter, whether you're new to the channel and ministry, or whether you're anywhere in between, let me encourage you to always live a life that prioritizes faith over fear, truth over tradition, knowledge over nonsense, love over lust, and people over profit. When you do these things, guys, you live a more meaningful, you live a more purposeful, and a more fulfilled lifestyle. So I believe that that's you. I believe you're already doing these things, or I believe you wouldn't even be interested in this ministry. So, having said that, guys, we're going to get right off into today's topic, where we're going to be talking about the truth of the matter. The fact of the matter is that promotion comes from the Lord. Now, this is kind of seguative of a video that I just posted. If you haven't watched it, check it out. It's titled, Blessed, Unlimited, and Free. That message talks about the fact that you are already everything that you need to be. You already have, whether it's in your hand, whether it's in your thought, your spirit, or whether it's in the etheric realm at a prescribed time in the future, where you hit the lottery, you bump into the right person, someone wills you some money, however He has for it to unfold, it's already there. In that video that I just mentioned, I gave some examples of the fact that a caterpillar it already has everything it needs to blossom into a butterfly. It's already born with everything that it needs, and so are you. The thing about it is, guys, there's a divine timing. It's a time-released process to growth, to expansion, to evolution, and to promotion. So, again, if you haven't watched that video, check it out. And today's message is seguative of that, because some of you guys have been out there fighting. And I can relate to that. You've been fighting, you've been battling, you've been hoping, you've been praying, you've been introspective. You've been doing everything that you can do to work on yourself, to, make sure that your faith is not empty. Like, as you know, faith without works is dead. So you're putting work in whatever area it is that you're looking for that promotion, that you're hoping and praying for that promotion. You're believing God for that promotion, whether it's in better health, better relationships, better way of comporting and deporting yourself, all around the board, whatever it is, whatever area that is for you, you know you've been waiting on that promotion. And man, it seems like it's never going to come. You know, you can stand still and look out over the horizon, and it seems like you're no closer than you were 10 or 15 years ago. In fact, some of you guys out there may feel like not only are you not even closer, you seem that much further removed. But the devil is a lie. The devil is a lie. Remember, guys, we walk by faith and not by sight. You know, we got these lost souls. That's what I refer to them as. You got these people, and some of them are just uninformed. We get that. But there's that old saying, you know what? I'll believe it when I see it. It's not how we walk. It's not how we walk. We walk in direct opposition to that notion. In fact, we walk like, I'll see it when I believe it. Theirs is they'll believe it when they see it. Ours is we'll see it when we believe it. And this has been a whole part of the enemy's plan, is to attack that belief. To attack your faith in that you are exactly who he said you are. And he's going to do exactly what he said he was going to do. So what's at the crux of this as it relates to today's message is that belief, that knowing, that accepting, and that embracement of the fact that promotion comes from God. There's a process and there's a divine timing. You don't plant a seed in the ground and then you go out there and you do your part, which you're putting in the hard work, you're being consistent, you're persevering, you're unyielding, you're focused, you're putting in the part. You're doing everything you're supposed to do. So you don't take a seed and put it in the ground and then you go out there every day and you give it the proper amount of watering, or the proper amount of water, the proper amount of sunshine. You know, you pull up all the weeds and anything that could strangle it. You know, you cover it up if it's cold at night, make sure it doesn't freeze. You don't do all those things, and then because it hasn't come up yet, then you begin to doubt. You don't do that when you know that that's a high quality seed that you purchased or that you have from whatever means you got it from, and you know that's high quality soil that you've planted it in. You just keep on waiting. You know this universal law of seed, time, and harvest. I planted that seed. Now it's up to me to just be patient and know that in due season, this universal law that's irrefutable, in due time, that seed will blossom. That promotion will come forth. It comes from the universe. Infinite intelligence, whatever you want to call it. And so does your promotion. I want to give a couple precepts or a couple examples of the end that you can, most of you guys, if not all of you guys, can relate to. But don't lose belief. The good book says, be it unto you according to your belief. And the enemy would love for you to start believing that it's never going to happen. Hey man, look, you too far. You too far gone. You too far behind. Everybody's walked out and left you. Looks like your God has forgot about you. Man, you ain't blessed. You must be cursed because everything in your life is falling apart. The devil is a lie. You don't have to. As long as you don't surrender that belief, that truth, you don't have to change. You don't have to change who you are. We are all committed to growing and evolving and becoming a higher, more better expression of ourselves through this thing that we refer to as God. But besides that natural organic path of evolution, growth, spiritual maturity, and all of these things, as long as those things remain organically intact, you don't have to change who you are. Your attitude, your mindset, your beliefs. You don't have to change the way you stand, you walk, you dress. Again, under the umbrella of that, we're all growing, we're all evolving, and in due time and in due season, according to His will, yes, we will make it changes and evolve. I mean, I dress like this when I'm to be comfortable. This is the way, if I could, I'd dress like this all the time. But I've evolved enough to know, hey man, when you go through this place or that place, or when you out doing this activity, when you just out and about, maybe some slacks or khakis, and some, some Fodeys, some Bannisters, some Stacey Adams, whatever. So we get that. And yet the point remains. You don't have to cancel or discard who you are because you're trying to get that promotion. No. That promotion doesn't come from you. It doesn't come from how you're dressed. It doesn't come from your style, your pizzazz, your charisma. It doesn't come from your neighbor. It doesn't even come from the boss who gave you the promotion. Because he gave you that promotion doesn't mean it came from him. It came through him. It came from God. Promotions comes from God. You don't have to change. You don't have to be fake. You don't have to be a phony. You don't have to sell out. You don't have to sell out your beliefs. You don't have to sell out what you stand for. You don't have to sell out your religion. Some of you guys know that a lot of the laws that they're passing are contrary to what we know the law of what this thing we call God is. Some of the laws are so blatant, they violate, our religious principles, spiritual truths. And you don't have to sell that out. You don't have to go in and say, man, you know what? If I say that I think this is wrong, I'm never going to get that promotion. If I want to get that promotion, I better say I don't stand for that. I don't believe that. The devil is a lie. Your promotion doesn't depend on any of that. Your spouse, none of that. Promotions comes from God. And in due time, His due time, and in His due season, just like when it's time for that seed to bring forth the apples that's already contained within that seed, when it's time for it to happen, it's going to happen. You're going to go out there one day, after all that waiting, after all that watering, after all that pulling up the weeds, you're just going to go out there one day and at the clear blue sky, bam! Oh, here we go. You don't have to sell out. You don't have to change and be, a fake person and trying to fit in and kiss up and dumb down or turn a blind eye and sacrifice, or compromise your integrity. You don't have to do any of that. It's all a test. The enemy would love for you to say, hey man, maybe if you just, didn't stand on your principles, maybe if you just sacrifice your morals, your integrity, maybe if you just hung out with these people that's in all these positions to give you a promotion, if you just hung out with them, even though they're fake, they're disingenuous, and all these things, if you just hang out with them, you can get that promotion. You don't have to do any of that. You and the spirit that He has in you, it's good enough. And He planted that seed. That apple seed that's in the ground, that's a seed that's in you. That caterpillar that's methodically moving and truculently going across the land. That seed to, in due season, blossom into a butterfly and take flight. That's in you. You don't have to sell out. That butterfly, that caterpillar don't have to sell out. Maybe if I start pretending to be a bumblebee, maybe if I got with the maggots that gonna blossom and become flies, maybe if I just hung out with the maggots, I'll go ahead and be able to take flight. No. You don't have to do any of that. Promotions come from God. You don't have to become bitter. You don't have to set out on a course for revenge. This person overlooked you. This person knifed you in the back for that promotion. This person betrayed you. These people spread, false narratives and untrue rumors about you. You don't have to become bitter. You do not have to become bitter. You don't have to, I'm going to get them back, lose sight and lose focus of the fact that, hey man, look, that butterfly is in me. That butterfly is in you. Don't lose sight. Don't lose focus. You don't have to do that. Promotion doesn't come from that. And there's nothing they could do to interfere with his divine timing. All that caterpillar has to do is keep on living, keep on going. There's nothing anybody could do to impede that caterpillar becoming a butterfly. They can't make it happen slower. They can't make it happen faster. You don't have to do that. Promotion comes from the Lord. You don't have to fret about how much money you have. You don't have to fret about not having enough money. I mentioned that. You already, everything that you need, whether it's in your hand, whether it's in your bank account, whether you can look out over the horizon and see where it's going to come from or not, it's a universal, it's a spiritual thing. You can't look down at that caterpillar and distinguish by looking at it and saying, hey, yeah, it's getting close to becoming a butterfly. You can't look underground and see that apple seed that you planted, oh, it's going to bring forth 5 bushels. It's going to grow into a full apple tree. You can't look into the ground to see any of that. It's a spiritual thing. So the money, you don't have to fret not having enough money. Trust me on this. Believe me on this. This is coming from God. This is coming through this vessel. You don't have to fret not having enough money. You don't have to fret not having enough friends. Remember, the enemy wants you to start thinking that because it's been so long, because you put forth so many tears, so much effort, you filed application after application, you've sent resume after resume, you visit website after website, you've talked to people, you've invested money, you went to the gym to lose the weight, whatever the case was. The enemy wants you to think, hey man, you need to do something different. It's never going to happen for you. You don't have to fret that. Your promotion is not going to come from your friends. Your promotion is not going to come from your friends. You don't have to fret not having enough friends. You don't have to sell out. Well, maybe again, if I connect with these people and, if I socialize and be with them a little bit more. No, you don't have to do that. Promotion comes from the Lord. And in divine timing, you are going to get everything that he told you he's going to give you. The good book says that he is not a man that he should lie. Why would he have to lie? Like, who's going to do something to him? He's not a man that he should lie. And he put that hope, that dream, that promotion, he put it inside of you. He is going to deliver. It comes from the Lord. You don't have to sell out. You don't have to worry about not having enough friends. You don't have to worry about not having enough education. Promotion comes from the Lord. You don't have to worry about the oppositions and their dark and sinister plans to try to root up or steal from you what he has from you. They try to steal that promotion. And a lot of times, in some instances, maybe they have seemingly, key word, maybe they have seemingly stole that promotion. Like, hey, you know what? you was going to buy that car. You just told the guy at the dealer to give you another week. You was going to bring the rest of the down payment. Someone heard about it. They went right in there and bought the car off the lot. Maybe they did knife you in the back and the promotion was that on the job or whatever it was. Maybe it was rightfully yours. But they seemingly stole it. That means when one door closes, God has an even better door. Maybe you was connected with some friends and, you guys were trying to lose weight together and they sabotaged you by bringing you cakes and potato chips and all of the things they knew would hold you back while they secretly refrained from those things and they got the weight loss. And now you're sitting there like, hey, man, that was my idea. I came up with the plan for us to lose weight and whatever. It seems like they stole it from you. But what's for you is for you. Your weight loss, your acceleration and advancements in finances, relationships. Maybe someone tried to steal, hey, you know what? I like her. I'm going to talk to her. She likes me. They found out, they went with their money or whatever and wowed her away from you or wowed him away from you. You can't take what's yours. Your promotion doesn't come from them. And if that promotion went because they seemingly stole it, it was never yours to begin with. It was only the illusion that it was yours. It was only the illusion that they stole it from you. That wasn't your real promotion. It just looked like it from a human standpoint. You'll lose the weight in due time, in due season. Your promotion doesn't depend on any of those things. You don't have to worry about their sinister plots and their, dark plans to try to sidestep or rob you of your promotion. Promotion doesn't come from them. It comes from the Lord. You don't have to worry about what they're saying about you. All the rumors, all the people that are looking at you sideways and prejudging you because of something, that they said, or maybe they just prejudge you outright on their own, whatever the case may be. And now they're spreading rumors and all these different things. Again, your promotion doesn't come from them. You ain't got to go out there and prove who you are. You ain't got to go out there and show them. You ain't got to, hey man, I'm a good person. Hey, I'm humble and I like people. You ain't got to do none of that. Let them talk. Let them gossip. Your promotion doesn't come from them. Your promotion comes from the Lord. You ain't even got to worry about your past mistakes. That's another thing the enemy will try to throw up in your face. All the mistakes you've made. You know how many times you tried to lose weight? You know how many times you invested in this and invested in that, and people stole your money, people connived against you, and they seemingly stole your money, they seemingly stole your plans to open a new business. They can't take what's yours. Your promotion isn't contingent upon them. The good book says they came out from among us so that it could be made known that they were not of us. For surely if they were of us, then they would have continued on with us. You don't need them to receive his promotion. It doesn't come from them. It doesn't matter if you're standing alone in the middle of a cornfield and you've been there for 30 days and no one's coming along to help you. Your promotion doesn't depend on them. You have a supernatural promotion coming. Supernatural, which means it supersedes the natural. Christ walking on water, that wasn't natural. Moses splitting the Red Sea, that wasn't natural. It was supernatural. You have a supernatural promotion coming, and it can't be stopped, can't be hindered, can't be offset, can't be stolen or nothing. Let me give you a couple precepts real quick, or a couple people in the Bible that you can relate to and bring it on home, in that you don't have to change. You don't have to dumb down, kiss up. You don't have to become bitter. You don't have to try to fit in and hang out with people that you know don't have your best interest in heart, people that, are working against you, people that, try to sabotage you, just disingenuous with you all around. You don't have to do any of those things. You ain't got to worry about, man, how am I going to get there? I don't even have enough education. It says you got to have a doctorate degree. Oh, yeah? You think this thing we call God, you think his hands is tied by something such as a doctorate degree when he's ready to promote you? You think that'll get in his way? See, we know that a few people in the Bible that got enormously promoted because they knew this principle. They knew this truth. When God told Moses to go to Pharaoh, Moses said, me? What? Me? Nigga, I got to stutter. Excuse me. Well, not excuse me, but because it happened organically. But Moses said, what, me? Hey, I stutter. How am I? I'm a peasant out here. I ain't got no army. I ain't got no political influence. As a matter of fact, I killed somebody back there. And I stutter. You want me to go stand before the most powerful man in the world? And speak? What kind of words could I speak? But he was promoted nevertheless. And he got the job done. As will you. Because promotion doesn't come from north, south, east, or west. It doesn't come from what you have and what you don't have. It doesn't come from what you're capable of and what you're not capable of. It comes from God. Period. Point blank, case closed, end the story. Forget about it. Just embrace that truth. And trust me, it is a truth. Another example, guys, is that Joseph. Again, Joseph was betrayed, thrown in a pit, and thrown in jail. And yet he was promoted to become the second most powerful man on the planet at that time. The only man, the most powerful man on the planet at that time was Pharaoh, and he was second in charge from Pharaoh, right up under Pharaoh. Promotion. Now he could have sat back and said, you know what? I've been betrayed. My brothers threw me in a pit. Then we had this old wicked woman who falsely accused me of trying to come on to her. She had me thrown in prison. He could have stopped believing, but he didn't. God gave him that seed that he gave you. God told him. God revealed to him, just like he revealed to you. You're going to get that house. You're going to get that relationship. You're going to lose the weight. You're going to make all the self-improvements that you know he's put in your heart to make. See, he kept on believing. And he got that promotion. See, everything that's coming against you, just like Joseph, when his brothers who betrayed him, / all the different trials, tribulations, setbacks, struggles, tears, he told them, he said, you meant it. He told his brothers, he said, you meant it for my harm, but God allowed it for my good. Everything that you're going through is working for you, getting you to see, hey, all I got to do is keep on believing. I know it's not easy. No one ever said it would be. I know it's challenging. Welcome to the party. I know it's lonely. Join the club. Because the truth remains. Promotion is a supernatural thing, from a supernatural thing we call God that we serve. Doesn't come from man, woman, boy, or girl. It can't be stopped. It's not contingent on. It's not dependent on. It's not a prerequisite to your education, what you have, your mistakes, where you're headed, your education. All of those things are natural things, but you serve a supernatural God. And if you know he put it in your heart, just keep on believing. You'll go out there in that yard and see that apple seed that you planted, and all of a sudden, it's to burst through the ground. And you can see the promotion right there. Let's give a couple more real quick, guys. Let's go with Mary. We all know Mary was a prostitute. Mary was a prostitute. Now, we already know how we view prostitutes. We know how society views prostitutes. We know what people think about prostitutes. These are considered to be some of the lowest of the low in society. A prostitute? And yet, this is who she was. Now, she could have surrendered herself to the fact that she was a prostitute and that was it. But no, she believed there's something bigger, there's something better, there's something greater for me to become, for me to achieve, for me to attain, for me to be promoted to. And now she basically has her own religion. People are praying to the Holy Mother Mary. Promotion doesn't depend on anything. It's a supernatural thing. Let's give one more, guys, and I'll get out of here. And this is, of course, the person that we most commonly refer to as Christ. We know that, we know he was laughed at. See, you ain't got to become bitter. We know he was laughed at. We know he was ridiculed. We know he was shamed. We know he was homeless. Who knew? Who knew? Like Christ said, you know what? The birds have a nest. The cows have, a barn. Slight paraphrase there. But the birds have a nest. The cows have a barn. And yet the Son of Man has no place to rest his head. He didn't even have no place to sleep. Christ was homeless. Who knew? Now, he could have surrendered to all that. But he knew. This thing that we call God, this thing we call our Father, has placed something in me, a seed, a promise of promotion. And I'm going to keep right on keeping on with faith, and I'm going to keep right on hoping on with love and belief. And we all know the promotion that he got. So let me wrap this up on that note, man. Those are just some examples. The evidence, the proof is there, guys. And it's all just a trying, a testing, a proving, and the refinement of your faith, of your belief. Another word for faith. Are you going to keep on believing? Because when it's all going good, what kind of faith is needed then? It don't require no faith when all your bills are being paid on time and you can get to the gym or all your financial investments are turning out. That doesn't require faith. But can you believe in that promotion that's been also long coming, also trying, also testing? All these things have been thrown at you. If you looked out on them things, hey man, you know what? It would be easy. No one could blame you for quitting. No one could legitimately blame you for giving up. And yet here you are, continuing to push on, continuing to persevere and believe in that promotion. It's coming. It's coming. And it won't come not a minute too soon nor a minute too late. It's coming. It's a divine thing. It doesn't come from the north, south, east, or west. It doesn't even come from your employer who gives you the promotion. It's a supernatural thing. He'll use whatever he has to use to get that to you, to bring that to you, to deliver that promotion to you. And his hands ain't chained, ain't tied, ain't held back by nothing that this so-called world has to offer. Not your education, not having enough friends, not being what they call weird, not dressing a certain way, standing a certain way, having made mistakes. Those things don't get in the way of his promotion. Those things don't determine if whether or not you get the promotion, if and when you get the promotion. Those things, if he put it in your heart, it's there. Keep right on believing. If there's anything this ministry can do to assist you with specific game plans, as I mentioned in the last video, a lot of times these things are easier said than done, but they are doable nevertheless. I found over the years that it helps to have a specific game plan, a specific protocol, specific guidelines. Say, okay, listen, well, if I'm going to keep on believing, that's easy to say, but how do I do that, minister? Reach out to this ministry. I'd love the opportunity to give you some specific protocols, some specific guidelines based on what you're going through, what you're hoping and praying for, what you're believing for, what your religious beliefs are, what's coming against you, etc., etc. Because sometimes these, how do I do that? These things are as unique as our own individual fingerprint. And I don't have all the answer, but I know my Father does. And I do know that if it is His will for Him to download those answers to me, if I don't already have them, then I know that He will. I know that if it's not His will, then I just know I won't. I pray about it, fast, and all these different things, and He'll reveal it to me. Hey, man, this ain't an answer that you're prepared for. This ain't an answer that I want you to know right now. This ain't an answer that I'm going to reveal to you until you get to the other side, whatever the case may be. But that's what it's all about with this ministry. Let me get out of here, guys. I'm at just over 36 minutes. Hey, listen, again, if you like some information about what makes me a different kind of minister, please watch my video that's titled My Testimony and Disclosure. That's an important video, guys. And again, if you'd like some specific details about the services that I mentioned earlier in terms of what they consist of, how they're implemented, and how they can be beneficial to you, please watch a video that's titled MBS Service Tutorial. And that's what I got for you guys. Please visit the physical fitness branch of the ministry located at mountfitnessmbs.com. And here comes those, I almost said age old, but here comes the same questions. Redundant, but just as genuine, just as needed. Just as needed more than ever. And those two questions are, did you find value in today's message? The other question is, do you think, whether you did or not, do you think it's possible for someone else to find value in today's message? And if your answer is yes to either of those questions, then it's up to you. It's up to you now. It's literally up to you. You got some people out there, they could be about to give up on that job. They could be right on the verge of turning back to the bottle. They could be right on the verge of giving up on a relationship, a career, whatever the case may be. And you, by hitting that share button, you may provide them with exactly what they need to keep on going, to keep on pushing forward in faith, knowing that promotion is not contingent upon any of those factors. Will you hit the share button, please? Will you help someone? I know that you will. Because I know that if you wouldn't, then you wouldn't have watched this video all the way through. So please, definitely hit the share button. And if the Holy Spirit moves you to do so, then also hit the thumbs up button. And also subscribe if you aren't already subscribed. And then hit the bell icon if you'd like to receive a notification when I upload a new message. If the Holy Spirit moves you to make a monetary donation to this ministry to show your thanks, your support, your generosity, then I'm going to leave a Cash App link down in the description box. Remember that no amount is too small. You could literally buy me a cup of coffee, as they say. Or you could give according to your heart and whatever the Holy Spirit moves you to do so. But in any way that you continue to show your thanks, your generosity, your support towards this ministry, may you receive an abundant harvest in return. Pressed down, shaken together, and running over. He promised you that, guys. So receive it by faith as I simultaneously receive by faith your continued love, your continued support, and your continued generosity. Last but certainly not least, guys, hey, listen. Irregardless of how young or how old you may be, irregardless of your age, irregardless of your fitness level, irregardless of the personal challenges that you may be experiencing on your personal path, this ministry is raised up, assigned, and anointed to help you make sure that you continue to, in spite of all those things, keep your mind, your body, and your spirit healthy, beautiful, and vibrant. If there's anything this ministry can do to help you in those regards, reach out. I'd love the opportunity to hear from you, but that's what I got for you guys. I will see you guys in the next one. I am Brother Minister Mongoose. Go out there, receive that promotion, Keep right on being patient. Keep right on being persistent. Keep right on being faithful, because promotion comes from him. That's what I got for you guys. Again, I love you all. Again, I'm Brother Minister Mongoose. And again, I will holler back. Peace.